As we've been saying, today marks the first missed paycheck for hundreds of thousands of federal workers. What this all means for air travel, especially TSA workers and screeners, has been the subject of many questions and some anxiety. Amna Nawaz is here to help unpack what we know.
The decision to close one of the terminals at Miami's International Airport this weekend only adds to the anxiety. In Miami's case, security screeners have been calling in sick at twice the normal rate. Officials say there may not be enough personnel to handle all of the checkpoints otherwise. Air traffic controllers nationwide also made their anger clear by suing the Trump administration for being forced to work without pay. But wait times at most airports do not seem to be up substantially. And the TSA itself says there's only been a tiny percentage of the overall force calling in sick. Alan Levin of Bloomberg covers the air travel business and joins me now. Welcome to the NewsHour.
Thank you.
So far, we're hearing about the wait times being minimally impacted. Only Miami seems to be the major hub that had to make a big decision about this weekend. What's been the overall impact of these TSA workers calling out sick?
Frankly, the overall impact has been a huge spotlight in the news media. TSA workers are probably the #1 federal employee that you're likely to come in contact with. And so they're slowly increasing sick-in calls, and some anecdotal evidence of increased wait times has really garnered a lot of attention. But the industry, quite frankly, is getting really worried that this could spiral very quickly.
But as you mentioned, it's been anecdotal. We've been hearing stories and collecting them from here and there. Our own colleague, Lisa Desjardins, has been speaking to people who are worried and are making that decision about whether or not to go into work without pay. But overall, it doesn't seem to have an impact so far, right?
That's correct. You know, in Miami, there is some impact. If you had a flight scheduled at, I believe it's Concourse G tomorrow afternoon or for the next few days, you know, you'll have to go through another screening portal. Your plane may be moved to another gate. There might be confusion, but not a huge impact.
So back me up a little bit, because it's not just the TSA workers. We're also talking about air traffic controllers here, air safety inspections. Overall, when we're talking about airport operations and safety, has there been an impact from this shutdown?
It's hard to put your finger on there being a real concrete impact in terms of decreased safety and that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. You know, the system functions very well, as we know from the low accident rate, and so it can go for a few weeks with little or no problem. But the reason the system is so safe is because there are these controls in place. It's because they're doing random inspections on airport ramps and that sort of thing, and those have pretty much stopped. And so, you know, over time, there's no question that that margin of safety is going to gradually decrease.
So it sounds like you're saying, like we've heard from a lot of people, the longer this goes on, the greater the chances of there being safety impacted?
That's correct. You know, more immediately, what we're seeing is they can't do these routine inspections that keep the system functioning. So airlines can't add a new aircraft to their fleets without an FAA approval. I talked to somebody yesterday who has this company has a couple of aircraft getting painted in Canada. The painting's done, but they can't bring them back into the country because there's nobody to sign off and that sort of thing.
Alan, help me put a finer point on this to help us understand what some of these workers are weighing right now, because TSA workers, though they work on the front lines of this security part of airport operations, they also have some of the lowest starting pay rates. The agency overall has some of the lowest employee morale. That's not even during a shutdown decision. What are they going through right now? What kind of pressures are they facing, especially now that they have officially missed their first paycheck?
They also have historically very high turnover rates. And so I think it's reasonable to expect that the longer this goes on, you might see even more turnover. We've heard reports from the union that some of these people might be tempted to quit and get other jobs so they can get pay. We haven't seen evidence of widespread cases of people quitting. And in fact, it's a little counterproductive. You know, both the House and Senate have passed measures to give them back pay. So if they hang in there, they will get their money.
Pressure is building, and we'll see what happens the longer it goes on. Alan Levin from Bloomberg, thank you very much.
Thank you.